Hello, hello. How are we all doing today? So, interesting day, I believe, on NQ. FOMC, CPI, whole lot of, no, not CPI, CPI last week, but whole lot of digestion that this market needs to go through. But how are you all? Let me read some of this chat. There's so many emojis. Good to see me. Good to see you as well. All right. Today, dude, I wish I took the shorts. They were so clean. I wasn't watching uh London today, but we can break them down. Did you take them? They were so clean with the my model. So basically this morning, or New York, no, sorry, London, we had the high of the range, low of the range. Pretty simple, right? And then we had a overall range, like a time-based range. 112 to 212, very easy. Takes out the high. Where's 3 a.m.? Right here, manipulation at 3, takes out the liquidity. Change delivery below this. Short. This was like I don't know actually. Like a 100-point move. Very nice. But today we have, what do you call it? FOMC. So I think this market's going to chop around. We might be in for a boring session, by the way. Up, up, up. Yeah, I think so. I think it goes up. So close to new highs. I mean, new highs were made at 24,654. So, I mean, we can definitely continue to make some new highs, especially into FOMC. Choppy, I'm going to have to agree. Yesterday was pretty bad. So, like, I know all of you joining the stream, you might be different to understanding how I trade and everything, but mainly time-based ranges, time-based approach. And I mean, London session's been delivering pretty nice. Took out this low, longs to the high, very good. Yesterday, shorts SMT at the high, sell off, but bro, this was horrible. This consolidation just chopped around and did nothing for the whole day. Today, I think it just goes up. If it goes up, I think it'll just come back into the range. Like, this is the 4-hour gap it's in. Holding it up pretty nicely. So we're watching NQ, by the way. I want to see how we react to 580 levels. All the way up here. Yeah. Honestly, I think it just can go up to those levels. Gold. I guess every stream we have to watch gold. If we don't watch gold, then it's not a Blue Guardian live stream. So gold. To be honest, I'd still look for upside in this market. It looks right to go, honestly. Yeah, exactly. You know, like today with the model or this approach, I'm more than certain he'll take out the high first. But if I'm speaking from a bit of a discretionary period, I do feel like it will just trade to the upside or it will just chop around. So I don't have much for putting risk on in this market. I don't feel too comfortable with it. Like London, for example, imagine this was New York. I have a lot more confidence to sell this market because it takes out the overall range. takes out the time-based range, clear draw for liquidity below, change of delivery here, we can look for the short setup to the downside. I was wondering how people were commenting since. Oh yeah, I think it goes live onto Twitter as well. It's pretty nice. Gold goes up. Yo, by the way, look at what Euro USD did. So if you guys been with me from the streams, I don't know, since we started, I told you to buy Euro. Well, I didn't tell you to, but I said Euro is the best buy. It's a good market that's going to continue trading to the upside. And you can see very nicely pushes to the upside. So where were we streaming from? I think the 5th of September. So here, from there, we had the final push into those highs. So basically grading this price swing from high and low. Very nice, you know. And DXY, we're still looking for this low to get taken. This low should should send Euro a bit higher as well. GU, yeah, honestly, I think DXY still falls off. Like, I think this market should drop even lower. How low? I'd have to look at this monthly. It's still got a bit more to move, in my humble opinion. How do we pair regular trading gaps? Honestly, that's my best setup. So, like, obviously, we'll have a range within the market. So, like, market's pushing to the upside. Within here, we'll have the time-based range. And then come 9:30, we have the regular trading hours gap. So we'll just call it RH. If it's a bearish gap, I'm always looking to short the market into that. The confidence I get is this range, we've traded above the high. So I can't buy this market up there. I'm going to be selling it. So I have a YouTube video coming out. It just teaches an opening price that you can use to frame the selling setup or buying setup. But if the regular trading gap is bearish and the model is giving me a bearish setup, I'm going to take that because that's two things that align for me to sell the market. That's pretty much how I'm approaching regular trading hours. It's very nice. I'm short on GU. I don't know about GU, by the way. I still think DXY goes a bit lower. If anything, I'd just look for the upside. But there's FOMC today. I don't feel like risking anything. What strategy do I use? I mainly focus on time-based ranges. So, like, say, for example, we have a range of the market. There'll be a time-based range. So, like, it's not a random range, it's a time-based cycle. And I'm always looking for retracements and reversals from there. So, like, 20 to 50 points, if it gives it me, that's all I'm looking for, like this portion of the move. I'm hardly ever trading a continuation unless it aligns with like the higher time frame, then I would, but other than that, I'm hardly ever using it. Do you use the regular trading hours gap? Like, no, I don't use it like that, but I mainly use it if we have a gap to the upside. To me, that's a bearish gap. If we have a gap to the downside, to me, that's a bullish gap. But I don't use it as like a premium and discount tool. But I will teach today in my video an opening price that you can use for premium and discount, which is pretty nice. Just gives you a bit more confidence. Do I use OBs? Yeah, I do. I use very particular OBs though in my trading. Like, I don't consider every up and down close in OB. So for me, obviously, in a bullish market, down close candles should support the market to the upside. Bearish market up close candles should support the market to the downside. That's like reading order flow, but reading it from a candlestick standpoint. So we're not looking at depth of market or anything like that. So I'm always looking at, as a scalper, OBs made in fair value. So if we have a fair value gap, if a order block is born inside of there, I'm using that as a area to buy the market. So like this down close candle, if it dropped into it because it was born in a fair value gap, I would look to buy. Morning, Andrew. How are we doing? As a scalper, gold. I don't know. I think gold might push, bro. Like these highs look way too nice to be left. I was in your OG Blueprint Discord with Zero. Man, yeah, that was a fun little group. You should come join the academy. Zero's in there, everyone's there. It's sick. It's like a family, I would say. The guys in there are very nice. That OG Discord just got a bit too mayhem for me. Rate cuts bullish gold. Yeah. My targets for the year was 3,600 on gold. It did eventually hit. And my targets for euro was the upside as well. Very nice. I wouldn't mind a bearish indices though, going into today. Yeah, to be honest, you don't need to join. Like to join there, in my opinion, it's just you want to learn more about these markets to like a lot deeper level. You can make good money just trading these ranges. Trading 6 years now. Kind of crazy to even say. Because those years just feel like yesterday. Time goes quick, just staring at these charts. How many years? I mean, for the first 2.5 years, I struggled, but I struggled just to mainly because of my own things. I wanted to understand what was actually going on in the markets. I didn't really agree with most of the approaches that were taught. So mainly because of, I could definitely have cut my learning curve a bit shorter. Experience with ICT. I mean, I probably watched all of ICT's videos since like 2014. Been trading that for around four years, yeah. I wouldn't consider my teachings 4 years. I mean, sorry, ICT related. Is more time-based ranges, but his logic of fair value gaps and stuff still used. Yeah, dude. Like this, like these ranges, if you just focus on that, using everything else that I've taught and just blending just the understanding, you'll be able to do fine. If you wanted to join it, it's mainly just understanding the markets to a lot deeper level. Like, why does this even work? That's what I've mainly focused on. But it's good to have Zero and everyone there. They're crushing it. Smart money concepts trader. What do you consider smart money concepts? But yeah, should I tell him to join the stream? He just sent me a pretty big paragraph. Alright, I told him. Does futures depend on luck? No, but if you're transitioning from forex, you're much better off trading futures. There's a lot friendlier market to a beginner or someone new to the trading world because you have no spreads, no broker manipulations, and you get regulated price action, you can say. Can you please make the charts bigger? Yeah, let me zoom in for you. I'll do it just for you. Because you said please. But yeah, this purple box, I guess they're both kind of purple, but this one's my London range. This one is my pink range for New York. Yeah, he is your number one. Do you think he's number one? I have quite a few others as well, but they just don't want to do interviews with me or have social media. I'd love to get them on. They just refuse. Oh, there he is. You asked for 0. I got him in the chat for you. Is there anyone else that you want in the chat? I can summon them. Let's see if MMXM is online. Oh, he's streaming with his Discord. I forgot. Did you trade the London? No, I wish I did. Did you? This was so clean. I just wasn't on the charts at the right time. Please sing a rap. You're going to have to ask Matt to do that. I think Matt goes live today. You guys can get him to do all the rapping. How am I doing? I'm doing well, bro. How are you? You are so cool while you're an introvert or something. Honestly, I think I'm quite extroverted. I think trading appeals to a lot of introverts. Why is that the chart not clear? What's not clear? You might have to change your resolution on YouTube there, bud. Yeah, we can go over it. So this is a range, right? So I'm not considering these wicks. Just ignore these wicks. Just focus on the bodies for now. So the market trades higher, takes out these bodies right here. And then we have the low. So here we took out buy side, you can say. Below here we have sell side. So I'm looking for some sort of reversal out there or retracement. I'm happy with 50% to here. Everything else is like a bit of a bonus. So we have 3 candles. It's a generic change in delivery. Then I'm looking for to sell from this candle. Sell that, and I'll market sell that. And then I'm just looking for a run lower back to 50% or this low. Then that's pretty much what the position would look like. Anything beyond 50% of this range is just a bonus. As for today, though, I don't know because we have interest rates and everything. It's going to be a pretty boring morning, I'd say. How many hours? So I never sit on these charts for like all day. I'd watch this after 3 a.m. New York time, and I'd watch it 3 to 5. I'm looking for the setup within the first 20 minutes. So like around 3:20. If I get it, then I'll take it. If not, then I can't really do much. Then I have this setup, right? So I'm only watching this 9:30 to 10 a.m. FOMC, I would expect the indices to sell off a bit. I would like that anyway. I'm not sure if they will, but a sell off on them would be ideal. But what do I know? I'm always selling indices. I'm happier when they're trading lower. Chart is boring. I agree. I wish I was streaming FOMC though. Usually there's a setup just after it. But I'm not going to be watching the chart all day. Just waiting for that. No, I mean, yeah, you could use that. But I just use it as I got it custom made to just print out the pip range and how many points this range covered. I'm not looking for anything. Let me know. What would you do in this situation? To me, this market looks like a chop. But if you have to question if you're needing to buy and sell the market or whichever one without having a right bias, then that's the first sign of you not doing anything. If you can't understand if the market wants to go higher or lower. So for me right now, it's 50-50. It can go higher, it can go lower. I lean more towards taking out these highs, but again, I need to have one strict bias for the morning, either if the market's bullish or the market's bearish. I'm not building up both of those biases. Am I trading news? No, I'm not trading news. I don't ever look at the morning session, to be honest, for FOMC. If I could restart my trading journey, honestly, I wouldn't change anything, because even if you go through like the losing stages, or you go through like learning different strategies, learning things that don't work, eventually that's actually growing you into the trader that you are right now, because you understood what didn't work for you. Now you found something that does work, and like you're building on it. So honestly, I wouldn't change anything. I guess bought more Bitcoin, bought more crypto, but I mean, that's about it. Wouldn't really. Actually, this is one thing I would change. Like a few months back, I wish I bought more Meta stock. Meta and Microsoft, I wish I bought them. I'm actually holding Apple as well from 200. How much am I up right now? I think I'm up like 20%. Yeah, 20% I'm up right now. I'm watching Tesla. Tesla should trade to the upside. I'm looking for like 500-ish. Should get into there. So those are like my short-term portfolio type of stocks. Which news should we stay away from? The morning of FOMC. That's what I found. that I don't like to look at the market. But it all comes down to like a personality thing, I would say. Like it's all going to be subjective. Me saying you staying away from FOMC day really shouldn't be like, oh, he said this, then I have to follow that, right? I would definitely take a step back, realize, okay, he said this. Why did he say that? Does it change how I approach the market or anything like that? How I approach any psychological books. I mean, I wouldn't read any trading psychology books if I had to pick. I would just read like normal psychology videos or books just about day to day life. They'll probably be a lot more impactful than just trading ones alone. My risk management, I'll always have one bias for the day. So either I'm bullish or I'm bearish. I'll never be both. And I need to have one. So either I'm bullish or I'm bearish. So if I'm bullish on the day, I'll allow myself two trades. If they're both losses, then I'm wrong for the day and I can't really do anything else. Do you trade personal funds or? I have a personal account, yeah, but mainly prop firms. My view on today, mainly this market should chop around. If I had to lean towards one thing, I would be like this market can aim for these highs. That's really about it. Did I get a trade today? No. Wish I did though. This was very nice. This London. Also, some prop firms would thank you for not trading during this time. Average trade duration, I would say like 10 minutes or 15. In New York, I only trade the 9:30, so the opening bell pretty much. That's all I'm trading. Do I trade London? Yeah, sometimes. If I can look at the charts. There's a nice little session. But we got what 2 minutes until the open. ES is bullish. I mean, ES is delivering from this gap, holding it up with 50. But I'd be surprised if they don't just push it a bit higher today. Do you believe consistency comes from mindset? I think it mainly comes from having a strategy because that's where you get a lot of your confidence from. Like if you find something that repeats, right, you can take trades based off that. And the more winning trade you take, or more trades that say you were bearish today in London, and then it's exactly what happened. You use a strategy that helped you get that. So that's just building up the confidence, helping you refine it, and you come to a point of trusting it a lot more. So that's where I'd say most of it comes from. Don't you think prop firms teach a lot of risk management? Honestly, yeah, but a lot of people just don't manage risk. It's as simple as that. Why do I keep failing to? You're watching a futures live stream. Try there's like 60% off right now to try a futures challenge. You might as well just try that. Why wait? You know? And think about, oh, I wish I should have done that. FOMs, yeah, I know. Usually it is very choppy. see how it opens. I mean, ES is strong off the mark. Dow's pushing. Yeah, I mean, these highs just look way too clean. If we look at the bodies, if we remove the wicks, they're just equal highs. I don't know. This morning, I'd probably sit out. Don't like, oh, it's moving. Do I trade the forex market? No. Well, yeah. I only trade forex for like investing. I don't really see it as a trade, intraday trading market. Best time frame for sniper entries. You're gonna have to ask Matt Lober about that. He's the sniper. Damn, ES is ripping. So is Dow. Let's see if NQ will play catch up. But yeah, you see how this market's like stuck within this high and stuck within this low. Ideal buying scenarios for me are always like down here. If the market's below this low, that's where I'd like to buy. If it's above them, that's where I like to sell. It's a midpoint, so to me, I don't really care for it that much. Oh yeah, the opening price, I teach it today in my video. I don't know when it's coming out though. I think later in the day. What I said about having no strategy led to... Yeah, that's always going to be the case. 99% of traders that blame me on a psychology, it's only coming from an issue of a strategy that they don't know well enough. YM is headed for previous day high. YM's off to the races, dude. This market's... I hate how decoupled all these indices are. ES is strong. NQ's holding up. I mean, mechanically with my model, it should go for this low, but I don't want to trade it at midpoint of this range. It really doesn't entice me. See what gold did though. Gold's slowly pushing. I think it should get these highs up there. Big SMT at these highs with ES and NQ. Yeah, my alert just went off, so I think it should take off and get these lows. The valid liquidity is usually once you take out the high, but I would expect it to take out that. So if it does something like that, changes delivery, very nice mechanical play to this low, but you can see it still delivers. Just very depends on how selective you want to be with it. Can you short US 30? To me, these indices look very decoupled, bro. We have NQ bearish, Dow bullish. Like with my model, like it played out right. Takes out the high, then targets the low. But for me, not enough to try and take a trade or trust it. Yeah, to me, it's not very, like, worthy of putting risk on. Like, it delivered, of course, but just a bit meh. Seen better plays or opportunities. Yeah, London today was so nice. I'm looking at New York right now. They're both just trading in 2 different directions. To me, it's not too favorable. What do you think is the most common mistake? Obviously, I'd say all I'd go with is risking too much. So ES is holding the SMT. Let's see if it can start pushing with NQ. It's looking pretty weak. And then ES should be able to get the range low. But with NQ, it's just in a world of its own. But you guys can see how the ranges and my approach, how it comes together. Held up this OB, takes out the high. Let me see on the 1 minute time frame, and then closure below here, shifts delivery. But I'm a lot more selective on FOMC days. So although it formed, it's just a meh. It's nice, but not worth my risk. Do you want to? I mean, I mentioned gold longs right at the open. If you guys were listening, it's playing out pretty nicely. My chart colors, they're mainly just gray background and white and black. Yeah, you see, it filled the RTA, literally everything we just spoke about at the stream, start of the stream. Very clean. If you're floating in profits on gold, nice. I think it has a bit more upside, in my opinion. Should get these highs like 3,720. See if it gets them. Would be the most ideal, but NQ is just gone. What did he give? Like 40 points drop? Nice. ES is still holding up. I mean, it's going to have to let off the gas pretty soon. I think it should get these lows with NQ. It's pushing. Let's see. Honestly, it's funny to watch these indices sometimes, though. Dow's pushing, NQ's dropping, ES is consolidating. That's pretty much how they've been every single open for the start. YM pumping like crazy. Yeah, man. It's kind of it's one of those markets. I targeted 24 150. What do you mean you targeted 24 150? Have these indices, they haven't been this decoupled in a long time, but they've been like this since 2 months now, or a month. Like where NQ would do one thing, ES will consolidate, and then Dow Jones will do the complete opposite thing. Yeah, I'd still look for like ES to just take this low out because it's my model, right? Looking for the opposing end of the range. But because these are so decoupled, I just don't want to put risk on ahead of FOMC. But I'll watch the market and what it's doing. It's like the draw automatically becomes this low. For NQ, my draw was also this. As soon as we take out the high, all I can do is sell it to this low. Same thing, if it took out the low first, all I can do is buy it to that high. See if ES can give it. Honestly, these lows look pretty good on ES. We can watch it. Should get them. Need NQ to stay pretty weak though. And it can continue pushing. Hey, how we doing? How you doing, bro? The main thing I'm looking for is this changing delivery, so closing below this up close candle, and then gives me more of a conviction that this market does want to go lower. Same with NQ right here. Takes out the high, closes below there, we can look for that downside. So now, what doesn't make me want to sell this, although I'd watch it to this low. NQ already took this low out, so it's one of those scenarios where you're battling with an SMT. But should get into that low. Is that the one? Yeah, that is the 1 minute chart. When she would you use for if you're trading the M5, then you just gotta try to position yourself in on the wicks and look at what other PD arrays match up to give you that bias to the downside. But I'd look at 3 candles changing delivery. Sometimes you'll miss a move though, like today. Chart color, this is basic black and white colors, bro, and just with a gray background. I didn't do much to these ones. Okay, there's that drop on ES. Let's see if it can take out the final low. Would want it to take this out before 10 a.m. Ideal scenarios. As long as NQ can stay a bit weak. Yeah, well, if NQ stays weak, it should keep ES a bit weaker as well. But they're very decoupled, so they're not trading in sync. Hopefully, Powell today can sort this market out. I want gold. Let's see what gold's doing. I retrace back. I mean, to be honest, it gave a nice little push to the upside. Where were we watching it? From like around here, right? Gave a decent move. YM's in its own world, bro. That's why I left these indices alone. They're just not moving in the most favorable way. Like, even though NQ delivered, it was just pretty ugly. But I'm interested to see how this market reacts for FOMC. What it has to do. There's ES coming back into there, mainly because NQ's got a bit of strength holding it up, and then it's holding this SMT at the low. So yeah, I'll probably leave this alone for today, maybe until 2:30. Do I only trade indices? Mainly only Nasdaq, yeah. I invest into stocks, like hold them long term. Because you're probably trading CFDs. So you're not going to be able to find NQ. You'll find like US 100. So you just got to switch on over to futures, my brother. Bro on watermark in background. What? I don't even know what you said there, bro. But yeah, NQ is holding 50% of this wick. See if it recovers out of there. Still though, chopping around above the high. And this low. And then ES pushed straight back in. Mainly because NQ made the SMT. So any bullish movement on NQ is just going to push it straight back. That is a good approach for. Well, let's see how Apple is doing today. Bullish. We're pushing. These highs should go. especially ahead of FOMC. I think we should take these highs out on Apple. Well, there we go. Mega recovery on NQ. I'll just wait on this market. I'm not going to lie. Give me until end of today. See how the daily is waiting. To be honest, if this daily closes bullish, we should have no problem having Tuesday low of the week, bullish. I'm still waiting, but I'd have to agree with that. I don't like any of this movement. Bro, are we not able to understand from which angles you open? Dude, what? You're not able to understand from which angle I open the charts. When you watermarked it. Bro, what? Am I going to live stream FOMC? Probably not. I'll be streaming Friday though. Hopefully I can get a good trade. This market's been pretty boring though. Straight dump, then a pump. Should push up again though, but he wants me to turn on my watermark on the background. Why does he want that? What is your confidence which gives you the high? So today I would have been very happy with selling this market. Takes out this high, and then takes out my time-based range high, and then I can sell it to this low. Oh, he wants to know about that. All right, yeah, you could just look here, bro. It's 5-minute time frame. It says NQ right here. Silver. I gave up with silver. I only like a higher time frame. Not regularly, but like in a choppy market, it will always do that. Take out both high and low and just trade back to where it was continuing. Right, what a boring open today. I mean, honestly, New York's been pretty bad. This was yesterday's New York session. Like, this is where we dropped off. And look at these wicks. Just based off these wicks, we have the craziest chop of all time. Like, look at this. Absolutely horrible. I once traded silver. Yeah, silver has some crazy spreads as well. Yeah, this market's definitely waiting on to see what Powell has to say. So there's left equal lows above here. Figure these swings above there as well. But yeah, definitely if you're trading silver or any metal, I would go with a futures account. Possibilities short gold. I see it, to be honest. Give me a closure below this, then I would be with you. Would look pretty nice. Damn, ES just chopped this morning, wow. And then NQ just blasted off. And NQ took the opposing end. This opening, yeah. I wish it was a bit better. We could have got a trade in, but I don't know. I don't feel like risking in this environment. My view, honestly, I wouldn't mind a sell off for indices to trade to the downside. I would expect DXY to trade lower though. Like it should just destroy this low and blow through it, and then Euro. As we've been bullish, I'd still look for upside. It's pretty much where I'd stand. I hope he would. Would need a pretty big miracle to do that. I've enjoyed the stream so much. Glad you liked it. I mean, I wish we could have got something a bit more fun today, though. This is the current state of ES, current state of NQ. Is this a short? I mean, if NQ stays heavy, then it should be able to give the ES short, but to me, I don't like to touch this market right now. I'd rather wait until FOMC. Thursday should be a good day. Do you use the blueprint range for... I don't trade forex. I just send over those ranges to you guys to take a look at. I know some of you trade forex. See if ES can give the drop. Pearls of wisdom. It's not glamorous, but here you are giving them out. Appreciate it. Decouple market, couple mindset. It's pretty funny. I am the victim of revenge trading. Do you know why though? It's because you don't have a strategy. That's like the main reason to that. Yes, giveaway. Yes. Yes, you guys can get your free accounts. You've been itching for them. Why does this affect midnight opening day? What do you mean? Yeah, that's the main. My advice after taking a loss, it depends on the loss. Like, depending on the loss you took, what kind of loss was it? Did you revenge trade or what? What are the rules for the giveaway? Let's see. So, for the giveaway, So for the giveaway, all you need to do, or I think we have a giveaway picker. Gonna have to see. But yeah, pretty boring session. I'll just run this down and then we can pick the winner. So today, mainly looking at my range, all I can do is look for the high to target the opposing end, but I would have liked to run at this high right here to sell it to the downside. Right now, it's still chopping around, so I think we, for FOMC, just drop lower. I would like that, and then let me see what ES is doing. ES will just slowly grind to the downside. So that's pretty much what my buy. I don't know why you guys are writing DTR. That's crazy. But for the winner, I'm just gonna pick anyone that types the word NQ. So all you that type DTR, you're just not gonna get registered into it, bro. All right, this is one. Try to find the first two, and then three. So like that's the three winners. I will forward your names to people at Blue Guardian. But if you're watching the rest of this session, I'd still look for the downside, see if it can take out this low. And I will be back streaming on Friday. So if you do have any questions, just leave them in the comments of this video. But there we go. There's ES dropping off nearly at the time-based low. So see you all on Friday and enjoy the stream with Matt later on in the day.